The No I'm Not Human demo dropped a major update last month. It's a big leap from the first demo. New characters, new mechanics, updated dialogue, and more. Here's everything that changed. There are a lot more characters in the new demo. This means every time you start a new game, you might see a new character. Let's go through the list. There's Angry Guy with a hairline that's scared of him. There's this disfigured guy. Man's looks rough. Did you know if you let this guy in, he dies 3 days later? Poor guy. There's the neglectful mother. She takes her child along, but during the night, the child might run away. If he does, you won't be able to find him in any rooms. Oh well, another one gone, she probably says. There's the fortune teller. There's the positive guy. You can sense the positivity that radiates from him. There's the sisters. And the last guess is the old lady. The young woman isn't in this demo yet, you gooners. Anyway, the old lady, she was actually in the old demo as an Easter egg who randomly appears as a ghost in the living room. Finally, the last new character is not a guest but appears on TV. If you interact with the TV on the second day, you'll see him reporting the weather, complete with his outdated emo Justin Bieber haircut. I think he should donate some of it to his colleague, cheaper than going to Turkey for a hair transplant. Although there's a lot of new characters, there's some that have left the game. There's middle-aged woman, bearded guy, coat guy, suit guy, and my goat, the surgeon. Who knows if they'll be here in the full release. I hope the surgeon makes it. Now of all of these characters, who are the humans, the friendly guys? And who are the visitors, the bad guys? In the first demo, the visitors were always the same. Amogus guy, bearded guy, cashier girl, coat guy, and the middle-aged woman were always visitors. Now, most characters are randomized. The Amogus guy can now be our friend. He was just misunderstood all this time, though there are still confirmed humans and visitors in the new demo. For example, the bar guy, man's an NBA player, is always a human. Other humans are the little girl, the sisters, disfigured guy, and the widowed woman. The cashier girl is always a visitor. You can check if someone's a visitor by checking for perfect teeth, dirt under fingernails, and bloodshot eyes. In the new demo, they have added a new sign on the final day, hairless armpits. If they shave their pits, shoot them on sight. I'm sure there's no one in the dev team with an armpit fetish. What's interesting is that in the old demo, you can take a photo of your guests. And if the photo is blurred, then your guest might be a visitor. This is no longer a sign in the new demo. After checking for visitor signs, you get a new dialogue option to shoot a guest or leave them alone. In the old demo, if a sign indicates they might be a visitor, you automatically get out your gun, even though they might be human. There's also slight changes to the characters' dialogues, and more dialogue options. For example, Amogus guy, we find out that he was a sports analyst with an illegal sports betting side hustle. Anything to get rich nowadays, right? Another interesting dialogue change was the egghead guy, who asked you to pick a page from his book to tell a fortune. In the new demo, his first lines of dialogue were, "So, we meet again. I remember things were different last time." Of course, this suggests that you have met him before in the old demo. The pale-skinned man only visits your door once in the new demo, compared to 2 times in the old demo. Fima also visits only once, compared to 2 times in the old demo. The bar guy went through extreme height surgery in between the old and the new demo. The neighbor, the first character you see, takes refuge in your kitchen with the beers. In the old demo, he goes to the office. That's all for the new characters. Which character is your favorite? In the morning, you watch the news. After the news, you can interact with the TV again to see some commercials. In the old demo, you could do this too, but it consumes 1 energy. The old demo commercials did not have any graphics to them, it was just a static screen. On the final day, there's a commercial on a drink called Energeca. This is an energy drink, which is a perfect segue to the energy mechanic. Back in the old days, talking to guests consumes 1 energy. Introverts would say relatable. Now, energy is only consumed when you check for visitor signs. So you can yap to our guests all we want, like an extrovert. Because of this change, the amount of energy you get has also changed. Previously, you started with 3 energy, which ramped up to 9 on the final night. Now you start with 2, ramping to 5. You get less energy now because you no longer need energy to talk to people. So I was talking about Energeca before. What does that do? This new drink is given by guests as a bribe to let them stay in your home. The angry guy, positive guy, sun guy, and the sisters bribe you with it. Once they give it to you, you can find it in the fridge and drink it to give you back 1 energy, so you can check for more visitor signs. Speaking of the fridge, that's also new in this demo. To end the day, you would interact with the fridge and drink a beer, but previously there was only a dialogue option. You didn't see the inside of the fridge. They have also added a new radio. You can use it to find out more about what the heckyantes is going on in this world. It can be interacted in the daytime. There's some instructions on a piece of paper, but if you can't be bothered to read, the left knob is for adjusting volume, the right knob is searching for a signal. If you cannot find a signal, click on the middle handles and try the right knob again. The text would unscramble until they are actual words. If you listen to the radio every day, there's new dialogue. You can see I got an achievement for successfully using the radio, and there's plenty more to get in this new demo. Looking at this new poster will give you one. Squashing the stupid bug in the fridge will give you one too. There's 26 achievements. If you want a video on how to get all the achievements, give this video a like. There's also a new phone. Trying to interact with it will give an achievement. It will also say, the phone lines are down until this fall. We'll just have to wait. Of course, this fall, that's the release date. We'll see how it's being used or how it's used in the full release. But the devs say it'll be a source of entertainment, information, and a way to replenish your food. You can see there's some commercials with mentions of this. These features will likely be in the full release. And here's some small changes. In the old demo, 2 times, the doorbell would ring but no one would be there. In the new demo, this doesn't happen anymore. No more ding-dong dishers. Here's a small quality of life change. In the new demo, you don't have to leave your door for the next character to appear. Previously, you'd have to leave the door and wait until the next character appears. New window changes. There's new dust particles coming from the windows. There's now dialogue when checking the windows during the day. You can look out the windows on the first night. The neighbor's house looks different. They got upgraded windows, a shed, and a garage. But funnily enough, when it's burning, the shed and the garage are gone. On the last night, if you look at the final window, the new demo has FEMA agents investigating the bodies. The old demo had a more graphic image of a guy just hanging out by the lamppost. Now for new house decorations, the house is a little wider. The office room used to be called the cabinet in the old demo. There's now a chair by the door. The kitchen has been slightly renovated, downgrade in the oven, but there's a bigger sink. The safe is missing from the closet. The news channel is now CR channel, used to be called TN News. There's a new demo ending showing a cutscene of your guests, the intruder, and the release date of the full game. You also get to see your house with a groovy animation. The full game's coming this fall, maybe in about 2 months. Okay, give this video a like, only if you genuinely had fun. Comment if I missed anything. If you're new here, subscribe.